Welcome to the Dr. Millennium podcast. I'm Dr. Millennium.
And I'm Dick Valentine.
This is our DBZ episode. As you may or may not have guessed, we are both huge fans of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So we're just going to get this all out of the way in one episode so these don't get scattered throughout.
And if you're not a DBZ fan, please just don't listen.
Just skip this episode.
Thank you.
So obviously Dragon Ball Super recently concluded. We'll get to Dragon Ball Super though.
Mm-hmm.
The first question I have, I've been watching the movies again in preparation for this episode, and my main question is, does Gohan get worse as the series progresses?
Yes.
Okay.
He gets... It's like, okay, first of all, I don't know if you're familiar with this meme. There's like this new thing for tracksuit Gohan. And like basically, it's like everyone's making fun of him for wearing this shitty-ass green tracksuit. You've seen it in the movie with the Frieza... the Frieza Reborn Resurrection app. So he's like in this tracksuit, and like people are ripping it. People are making Twitter accounts like fucking saying, if I had a tracksuit, I would want shitty Gohan green. Like people are literally ripping Gohan on there. And I feel like when it comes to the characters, they're just progressively making them worse. Like all the characters we love, if you're not Goku, you're shitty, okay? Or Vegeta. Even Vegeta like really hasn't had like a scale back compared to like Krillin, Gohan, Piccolo, Yamcha. I mean,
yeah.
What else do we need to talk about?
Well, my thing is, he starts out like with so much promise. He starts out as like stronger than Goku. When they're fighting Raditz, his power level is stronger than Goku or Piccolo, and he beats the shit out of Raditz.
Mm-hmm.
And then versus Frieza, he gets his like limited release. Like then versus Cell, he kind of hits his peak there. And as soon as that ends, like versus Boo,
yep,
he gets his mystic form, and in about 10 seconds, he gets absorbed.
And what's really shitty about that whole thing is that's when it should have ended, in my personal opinion. Like with Mystic Gohan, he's the strongest. He was the strongest, technically speaking, for years until Super came along and said, you know what, we're going to fucking nerf the shit out of him again.
Well,
he was technically the strongest.
Yeah.
I mean, people look at GT. Okay, look at GT. He really scaled back, but he was non-existent because he wasn't fighting at all. He was raised in a family. So I understand that. But in terms of DBZ, he was like, the Mac Daddy of everyone.
He should have been the king at the Majin Buu fight, and as soon as Buu, like, he lands and he's like, Buu, you're a retard, and then like 5 seconds later, Buu eats him.
Yep. And the thing that really sucks about it is like when a character has like 5 minutes of glory, Goku has to come in and fuck it up.
But they spent so much time on that Gohan class, like the Z sword and all that was episodes, like full episodes of that, just for like. And the fight, I swear to God, it was over
like 20 seconds.
It wasn't like barely.
It was worse than Jiren's backstory.
Well, we'll get to the contents of Super. I did have one more Easter egg. I don't know if that's what you're gonna call it, from one of the movies. Yeah, well, it's not just Gohan. I think every character gets worse, especially when they switch sides. Like Piccolo versus Goku, they're on the same level. I mean, even go back as far as like Yamcha versus Goku. Yamcha was stronger.
Oh, yeah.
And then Tien was much stronger.
Oh, yeah.
Piccolo was about on the same level because they were rivals.
Yeah.
Vegeta was 4 times. He had to do what, Kaioken 4 to beat Vegeta?
Yes, I think so.
4 times stronger.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Like, everybody is super, like, oh my God, could whoop Goku's ass. And then all of a sudden, he caught up.
Yeah.
And now they suck.
And the funny part is are we going to move on to Super?
We can if you want to.
Because the way I'm looking at this is with Dragon Ball Super is when they introduced Jiren, okay, this man, right, is an absolute beast. He should have been him and Toppo, right? When Vegeta beat Toppo, right, and Jiren came in, and then after that he like fucking tomahawk kicked the shit out of like Goku.
Yeah,
like,
that
was fucking amazing. Because we're not haters of Goku, but god damn it, you gotta lose sometimes. Like you can't have this plot shield, okay, or this like fucking bulletproof character shield. Like, oh, I'm the main character. I'm fucking Goku. I can't get fucking hurt. I'm gonna get a random boost.
Well, I feel like that's what that was, because he literally says, "You can't do that," and then he's like gets fucked up.
And he says, "Yes, I can fucking do this because I'm Jiren. Jiren the fucking Gray." And I'll say this: he should have been the strongest character. They literally, it took random ass shit, okay, of random power levels being pulled out of the ass by Toriyama to compete with Jiren. And this is my thing when I was arguing with one of my friends, Ben actually on
We
Facebook.
don't have to go with names.
Okay, anyway,
arguing with one of our minions.
One of our minions we were arguing with on Facebook, he was like, "Oh my god, Goku's stronger than Jiren. He won." And I'm like, no. Even after the fight, okay, Goku was like, "I don't know how I fucking tapped into that. It just randomly fucking happened." So technically speaking, Jiren is the strongest character by far out of everyone that's there. And what disappointed me in that series, and I'm glad they saved it by bringing in Frieza and Frieza helping them, because obviously without Frieza Sama, they couldn't fucking do it.
Of course.
I mean, come on, let's just be honest. But my thing is this: with that situation, why are they just making Goku the main fucking? I wish he would have got knocked out and Vegeta would have stayed in, and then Vegeta and Frieza would have actually
been a really good.
That would have been great. But what do you think about it?
Well, I think it started before Jiren. I think Super. And this was actually one of the questions I was going to pose was, is Super just a vehicle to settle bets on which anime character is stronger? So we'll start...
Interesting.
We'll start with Beerus. Beerus and Whis come down. They're literal gods. Like a literal god and a literal angel. I think that speaks to... I'm not sure. I'm sure that's some kind of like reference to something else. I've watched a lot of anime, but I don't have, a whole bunch of shit memorized.
Yeah.
Then we introduce Hit. Like the big bad guy. Oh, he's super strong.
Oh yeah.
His ability is the same as Dio from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the world. He freezes time, and as Dio and I think it's Joseph at the time.
Yeah.
As the two of them are fighting, all of a sudden he gets stronger. He can freeze time even longer. Exactly what happens with Hit.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been pushed this limit. I can freeze time for 2 seconds now. That's like word for word what Dio says when they're fighting. He's like, but you don't understand. I can now freeze time for 7 seconds. Like,
and it goes, I can do it for 9 seconds. I can do it for 12.
Thing.
Yep.
Like, same thing.
Yep.
And I think Hit was introduced because someone was like, oh, well, I'll bet you that Dio and the world could beat Goku. And Toriyama went, what?
Oh, really?
Excuse me, bitch? And
you know what's funny? I'm glad that you said that because I don't think that Toriyama is actually competing anymore with just anime. I think he's competing with like Marvel and DC too. And I'll tell you why. Because for years, we've always heard this conversation. Oh my God, Superman, fanboys jerking off to each other.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Goku can beat, Goku can't beat Superman. Superman is on this level and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think Toriyama saw that and he said, you know what? I'm going to abuse the shit out of the Zenkai Boost ability. And let me just say this.
Go ahead.
With him, right? How OP his fucking power is, right? It's fucking ridiculous. You can literally freeze time. And then here we come with Jiren. That is a void of time. Like, his actual appearance, he shouldn't exist. Like, in a time zone where they're fighting, or space they're fighting, where time doesn't exist, time's like, you shouldn't exist, where I'm existing. And it's just like, it's so stupid. And he literally Hit should not have gotten 2-shot killed by Jiren like that. With his ability, and that's even like, so like, it just comes to the point, like, if Hit's that stupid in comparison to all the other anime characters, what makes Jiren now? Okay, what about Goku Ultra Instinct? Like, what is that?
Well, and that's the other thing is Jiren Saitama?
Oh God.
Or is he Superman? Is he Saitama or is he Superman?
He's
one or the other. Because I wasn't even thinking about like Marvel and DC, because those, like, I mean, they've gotten off the rails as far as power levels go. But if I'm understood, the strongest villain in like the DC universe is just the idea that you can stop reading. Like, you stop reading the comic, now the bad guys win. Yep. And that's okay. And then there's like some Mega Ultra Superman Kaioken 5 whatever. I don't even know. I didn't.
But it's like literally these, and it's funny though because like the one thing I like about when One Punch Man first came out, I was like, oh, you know what? I don't know about this show. It's like a dude literally that punches one person. But the great part about that is the fact that he's like satirical. He's like, look, I am strong. I know I'm strong, but I don't have to show it off. I can literally go shopping, and if somebody wants to mess with me, I can literally just flick them with my finger and then give you like. But then when he gets serious and he gives that like death stare before he fucks the person's life up, that's great. And honestly, I just feel like with DBZ Super, like they were like, you know what, we're gonna be like super serious, we're gonna be super sinister. Yeah. Like that was long lost. With the Dragon Ball Frieza, when the Frieza first came out with the Namek art or Namekian art, that was serious. Like when Krillin got blown up, we were like,
Yeah.
we were like, that's our boy.
But going back to One Punch Man, I think rather than taking possibly totally copy pasting their protagonist, one of the things that they should have taken from that is like the reason One Punch Man is so good is because he doesn't want to be that strong anymore. Like he wants to find somebody on his level. Yeah. And like Dragon Ball Z tries to do that. And they really like, oh, here's somebody even stronger than me. Oh, I want to fight them. They're stronger than me. But like, that's it. Like it's never like, oh, I really enjoyed that fight. He never loses. Yeah. He never. But like in One Punch Man, it's expected he's never going to lose because he
will always one shot someone.
Well, it's like a kind of a metaphor for depression. Like he can't find the thing that's going to make him happy. And that's what it is. Yeah. But, like with DBZ, it's like, oh, I'm enjoying this battle. This is great. I love it. It's fun. And now I won. Yeah.
And now what I'm going to do. Yeah. And that's that's the thing about it. So I mean, for the most part, to wrap it up, it's just like I just feel Dragon Ball Super as a whole like was just like, okay, this is a dick waving contest. Like who? Yeah. Where it's a pissing contest. Who's gonna make the stronger kid? Because now I don't care what anyone says. Jiren and Goku are stronger than Superman. Like in my personal opinion.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even put them on the same level anymore because the only reason Goku won was because of his super ultra instinct.
Oh yeah.
And now that's supposedly gone. Now in the new movie, I'm sure he'll get it back and whatever. But yeah, I got the super ability. Well, now it's gone. So now Jiren is like on a whole other level stronger.
Yeah, and he's literally where they started from the beginning. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, the only time he'll pull that out of his ass is like, well, I have to win.
I have to win again. I thought somebody's stronger. Ridiculous. Yeah. That's the frustrating part of the being a DBZ fan and stuff.
Unfortunately. Great show, but sometimes it's just like, God damn it, come on, you're turning into DC now.
So, here's another question I have. At the end, should somebody have fused with Android 17?
Yes.
Okay. That's how I was feeling about it.
And here's why I say that should have happened. With Android 17, I feel with Khalifa and Kale when they both like fuse, if you're randomly bringing people to fusion, even the Mechans, they had like fusions of people inside of them.
Well, that I did like when they took like a whole planet of people and
just merged them into one. That's why they were so strong. Gohan and Piccolo. But my thing is this: it's like if they did all that, why couldn't we see like Android 17 like get a fusion?
I see, and that's what I thought. I thought it was foreshadowing when they made Kefla. I was like, ooh, they're bringing fusion back for a reason. And I legitimately thought it was going to be 17 fusing with somebody because you figure you have somebody with unlimited energy. Yep. And then somebody who's even stronger. So like either Goku or Golden Frieza, who they've already established, like needs more stamina. Yep. Hey, infinite stamina needs more stamina. Yep. Boom. And then the final fight would have been great because Goku was beaten, but he's still on the stage. The two of them reappear, merge together. You've got like a infinite energy Golden Frieza, basically.
But how about like 17 being the MVP, even without like the fusion and needing help from other people, and like getting random power ups? Like he was legit the MVP of this series. Yeah. Well, obviously, I mean, I take that back. I'm sorry. He's co-MVP. Okay. Frieza. Okay. Really. Like
the problem is Frieza didn't do anything.
But the thing is, he did when it most counted for. Because let's be 100% real. If Frieza didn't come in bailing out Goku's ass like towards the end, Goku would have never knocked out. Sure. He would have never knocked out Jiren.
He saved Goku's ass like 3 times.
Exactly. So my thing is this with like 17, he's such a strategic fighter. Like literally, like he'll like he has infinite energy. It's like, okay, but I know I can't physically beat him. So let me like do something where I'll blow myself up. Pretend, quote unquote, blow myself up. Yeah. Which he didn't.
That was bullshit. Yeah. They rendered the whole sacrifice scene completely pointless by bringing him back. I mean, I'm glad he came back. Yeah. I wish it had been for like a super fusion. Like, just imagine how that would have gone. Jiren's like beaten but not out. Yeah. You know, Goku just had that backlash, whatever happened. The two of them come back, they merge, and now you've got like a really competent fighter versus Jiren, who's like, maybe he's at half power, but he's like, it's Jiren at half power. It's not like two of them clash, like 2 KO takes him out, you know.
And my thing is this, with 17 there, it just always goes back to the thing with Dragon Ball Z. the Dragon Balls.
Yeah.
Like this, Toriyama has been known to create a show where people literally abuse the shit. Like when people die in this show, it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
You roll your eyes anymore.
When Goku first died with Raditz back in Dragon Balls, when the deaths were like meaningful, even Dragon Ball with like that android, I think it was like 7 or something like that.
Aider.
Aider, remember Aider? Like that hurt. Like that really fucking hurt. But like later, like in the Cell Saga, even the Cell Saga, we were like, it still hurts, but it's not that bad.
Man, in the Cell Saga, I was just sitting there like I yawned. It's like, oh, okay, everyone's dead.
But you have to. But after the Cell Saga, it just no one cares anymore. Like we can bring you.
The thing about Krillin was he had already been wished back with the Earth Dragon Ball, so that was it. That was his limit. Like when he died, it was like he's not just dead. He's dead. Like
but we felt it. Like we were like, holy fuck.
Yeah,
man.
but then of course they now we made the Dragon Ball stronger. Fuck you. Like just all they did, they made Krillin a joke after that. Like, if you're gonna kill him, kill him there. Give him his moment to shine, and then
that's it. And call it a day. And don't like literally. And that's what they do with all their characters. They're just like, well, literally. I mean, Yamcha went from Dragon Ball being like the pretty boy badass that was like stronger than Goku at one point when Goku was a kid. Yeah. To like now he's just a beat. Oh my god.
Yamcha died again. LOL.
Oh, Yamcha's not participating. LOL. OMG. But it was like,
well, that happens in a lot of anime, I think. Like One Piece. Yeah. Fucking, there's one character that died in One Piece. And I know, list in the comments below the other characters who have died in backstories where it doesn't count. But like actual characters.
That matter. Yeah.
One character death.
and I do agree on that.
Oh, when I was talking about Easter eggs earlier, in the Janemba movie, do you remember when Gotenks fought Hitler?
Yes, that was.
What the fuck are they on? Like all of these movies, there's one part where I stop and I'm like, what the fuck were they smoking?
Do you remember the ending for the Broly movie when like Piccolo and like Vegeta were sitting on that rock, and then he was just like, "It's never over till it's over," and then a fish came out of nowhere, and he was like, "It's over."
Dude, no, and
don't do random shit like that. But you know what? I kind of like that. Like it's kind of
same. But like in the first, I think it's the first 3 movies. Gohan has these weird sequences. Yeah, like there's the one with Garlic Jr. I think where he like eats the forbidden fruit and gets high. Yeah, and he has that like song about how like the sun is frying the clouds and the clouds are octopus getting eaten by dinosaurs. Yeah, I'm a genius. Yeah, great. Okay, awesome. What the fuck were they smoking? And then, either the one before or the one after, he falls asleep studying and has a dream where he's singing about how much he loves Piccolo. Like, go back and watch it. The whole song is like, I love you, Piccolo. You're so great. You're my real dad.
Well, I mean, of course, like,
of course.
Yeah, but that is his real father.
There was no debate on that. Just the fact they needed to incorporate it in like a show tune. In the middle of the movie.
I'm telling Toriyama, like, I love that. That's what I love about the movies. A little random shit like that makes no sense. But it's the shit that you, because I mean, if we're looking at it, like that's the stuff we remember. Like I remember that Hitler scene. I'm like, I'm like the Janemba
movie.
They
fought Hitler as super Aryans.
Yeah, and then he's just like, I should recruit them. Yeah, like, you remember those like fucking like random ass parts.
And that's another thing I wanted to ask, especially like as we got into Super. One of the things that, as I was watching each movie in sequential order, I was trying to figure out and pinpoint the exact time where the fights went from like well choreographed, like. I want to say it was the Tree of Might, where like, Goku's fighting these dudes and like everybody has like they're fighting. They're actually like punches landing. Yeah, like people getting their asses kicked. The Kamehameha is used like once, and there's like one energy ball attack. But people like they are kung fu fights, and where it turns from that into the like motion blur, which is all Super was. That was the fight. It was motion blur fists.
Which One Punch Man started that? And you want to know something? That's why that's one of the greatest like translated anime shows, because that motion blur. You see,
no, Fist of the North Star did that.
Actually, you're right. Fist of the North Star started, but like with One Punch Man, they really made it popular because
did they?
I'll tell you why. Because if you notice, with Dragon Ball now, and you look at what they're doing with Super, I'm telling you, because of One Punch Man, that whole motion blur thing.
I don't think they did that in One Punch Man.
No, they did. They did in some scenes. When they're fighting the mountains. Like, remember when he was fighting against what's his name, the robot dude?
Are you talking about One Punch Man or are you talking about something else?
One Punch Man.
Because I feel like most of the fights are literally him punching one time.
No. For some certain parts, like for the robot guy, when he was fighting. What's his name?
You mean the Hammerheads?
No. It's his partner in crime.
Oh, the Cyborg?
Yeah, the Cyborg.
Yeah.
Oh, Cyborg. Yeah. So like literally, he was when they were fighting in the mountains. Remember? And he was like, be serious or whatever. With the mountain cave, like if you notice and you like pause some of it was like motion blur.
Sure, I'm not talking about that though. Like, yeah, they did a lot of that warping around and shit, but I'm talking about in Dragon Ball when that started. And I gotta say, it was like around the Cell Saga and like maybe closer to like the Boo.
Yeah.
Like that's where it started, and ever since then, I feel like the fights they're forgettable. Like you remember the new form, and remember when Gohan went Super Saiyan 2 for the first time?
Yeah.
And, Goku went Ultra Instinct. You remember the form, but you don't really remember what happened. Like if I'm trying to remember the choreography between Jiren and Goku, I can't remember a single like attack.
Yeah.
Like
because at that point it's just like, how fast can someone hit you?
Yeah.
Like before, it's just like they got to a point where it's just like, okay, now the next form after that, which Goku's gonna get, literally it's gonna be we're gonna stare at a blank screen, and then Toriyama's gonna be like, no,
so this is so crazy.
Stuff is happening.
You don't even know.
You can't even
beyond
see,
the human eye.
So it's like,
well, and it happened a little bit in the Frieza saga when Goku comes back with his power up and fights the Ginyu Force, and they're like, he's just so fast you can't even see what's going on.
Yeah.
A little bit, but like versus Frieza, I don't remember it being that bad.
Yeah, because like the thing about it was like you see motion, you'll hear the sound, and they were attacking, you'll hear like the thunder, but then they were doing fist to fist combat, and like okay, add motion blur, but my thing is this is like don't do it to a point like literally Jiren's like, first of all when he wrecked hit, like literally he stared like it's like this is my last resolve, and he fucking put the big ass ball or whatever the fuck that was, and then after that he was just like, yes, I'm gonna knock you out, Jiren, out the ring, and I'm gonna take you with me. And then Jiren's just like, no, I'm just gonna stare at you. I'm literally gonna stare at you, and your attack, you're not gonna be afraid, but your attack's gonna be afraid.
Yeah,
like, you see how fucking ridiculous?
Your fists are too scared to touch me.
Literally, he stared at him, and then he wrecked his shit. Like, the only thing you'll see is like Cabba standing, everyone's fighting, and then Hit's just going 90 miles per hour through rocks.
Yeah.
And then Jiren just he literally drops like one little ball of what I call like, I'm gonna fuck you up, Jiren ball. Like literally, it comes down, and like when Hit sees it,
is called.
and then like literally when he sees it, he just fucking blew up, and it's just like. It's like it's fun to watch, but then it's like, come on, you really are gonna go like that DC rock, where it's just like.
Actually, the only person who had a memorable, now that I'm really thinking about it, Kefla's ball attack, when she has like the 6 balls and they whirl around and make like that whoosh.
Yep.
That is a memorable attack. But again, it's a beam attack. It's not like there was no fight
attached to it. And the funny part is like with that fight, what people don't notice is like Goku, he warped the Kamehameha wave. Yeah. And then like blew it. Like people don't notice that until like if you go back and see that fight, literally he like uses the Kamehameha.
Yeah, when he slide. Yeah, that was cool.
That was so like I was like
that was probably the best fight out of Super.
Yeah, I mean,
like
but
arguably.
But to be fair though, that Jiren and like Goku fight, like even no matter how like rigged it was that Goku got that power to even compete with Jiren, you have to admit
the ending when it was him and like that was kind of a nice way to conclude it. Yeah. I didn't really mind the ending as much, but
it's like
as far as good fights that I was looking at thinking like, wow, this is actually really fucking cool. It was the Kefla versus Goku fight.
But you have to admit also, it's like with Jiren, like when Goku, it's like I don't know what it is about anime characters when they take their shirts off. It's like kind of like the sign like it's on.
I don't think they took them off. Because they kept getting blasted with it. Somebody made
for
that,
Jiren and Goku.
No, because somebody made that post at one point. They showed, it was like a picture of the stage was like half destroyed. Yeah. And then a picture of Goku with his shirt like blown off, and then Jiren with his shirt blown off. Yeah. And their pants. And I said, well, the next time they want a stage that won't be destroyed, they should make it out of this pants material. That's fucking crazy. It's amazing how it's the only thing that's left intact.
Yeah, and I love it how the Supreme Power was like, this is the hardest material in the world. Yeah. Unbreakable.
And 5 minutes
it's like the Titanic, unsinkable.
Yeah. Oh,
and, and then after that, like literally 10 minutes later, like the whole fucking stage is destroyed.
God damn it.
And then after that, but it's funny because like when Goku has his shirt off, right, he's in a silver fucking form. Yeah. And then Jiren, like, had his shirt off, I was like, oh shit. Like, you know, it was going down.
That's another question that I have. Is okay, so they can make this tournament any arbitrary time limit they want because they're the creators of the show. So if they want to say it's 45 minutes, it's 45 minutes. Why didn't they just say, we'll give you 3 hours? Yeah. And like maybe each episode, like, 5 minutes has passed because we warped between different fights, or this is the same this was happening at the same time as the fight we saw last
Yeah.
week. Okay, I get it. But when you have 3 episodes of 20-minute, well, maybe like 15 minutes when you get rid of all the, like, here's what happened last time, here's what's happening next time.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 minutes of shit happening.
Yeah.
And then they're like, 45 minutes, or 45 seconds remain. And then the next episode, another 15 minutes of shit happening.
To actually show that the
40 seconds remain.
But what that Grand Supreme Zito's right-hand man was like basically saying, it's like, you know what, man, I actually just imagine him. I can just imagine he was just like, you know what, this is actually very entertaining. Zito, what are we going to do? I'll just reverse this a couple of more. So I feel like he was doing that.
Sure. And it could also be, it's a different time. It's measured differently.
I think like literally during the tournament, I think he was rewinding time.
No, that's bullshit. It was the same thing as Frieza. 5 minutes and this planet's destroyed.
Yeah.
And 45 minutes later, they're still fighting.
Yeah. But Whis comes out.
Do you know what a minute is?
But Whis just came out with like random ass shit. No, Goku's gonna win today. And like that's another thing. That show should have been ended, and we both can agree when what's his face, Frieza, fucking blew up the fucking planet with everyone else on it.
Do you mean revive?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was and then here comes Goku. Oh yeah, Whis helped me the right time. Move Vegeta, you're not gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Dude.
That was like, dude, honestly. That really
okay. Obviously, full disclosure, Frieza's our favorite character, hands down. This is one of the few things that we agree on.
Look, I'm just saying. Okay, we're saying but is that a best
Whis
character?
And Beerus the whole time are we're not going to interfere. You guys do whatever you want. We won't interfere. We just want to eat this ice cream sundae.
10 minutes later.
Oh, wait a minute. Oops, our boy lost.
Toriyama sent us. We gotta.
Shit.
But
I was ready to drive up to Toriyama's house.
Oh no, dude, that literally
it's on.
Dude, if they didn't end with Frieza, right? If they turned him into a bad guy, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna get whatever few.
No, they kept him as a bad guy.
No, but if they turn him into a like good guy, like with a new, because Super's gonna come back like later in the future.
Yeah, probably.
If they do that, I'm telling you, dude, like I might never watch the show again. I'm not even kidding. Like I have a cold now and I'm fucking sick, but that would make me even more nauseated.
Yo, but that's the thing is if they made Frieza a good guy, he's gonna hit the same thing that every other bad heel face turn character got, which is
why we want him
like
evil.
A power down.
Yeah,
if he stays evil, he's gonna have to stay competitive. I don't know. I'm hoping that they're gonna come back with it, and he's gonna have like a whole like planets. Like a whole ring of planets under his control.
When he got at the end, I was like, okay, look, we don't care. Okay, Vegeta's with his family. Yeah. We don't fucking care. But when Frieza
that
came up with the fucking and his hands were in the air like this, and he's just over here, he's just like, my minions. I was like, yes.
It's back.
Because I'm telling you, that was the best thing they could have done for the show. So if they do that, like literally, I'm imagining the next show. I want him to be like a main villain for like 20, 30 episodes. Like him just fucking up the planet, like Goku being stupid. I'm sure Frieza's a good guy, and like mind you, 1,000 light years away.
I think he's gonna stop fucking with them. Like he's gonna go do his own thing. Yeah. And if they gotta bring him back for something, they will. But he's gonna be powered up.
But my thing is this: I don't like if they bring him back next time for like his help for something. I want him to betray him. Like for this show, I was expecting we were expecting him to do some foul shit and so
the way that they worded some of the spoilers, it sounded like
something was going to go down.
Win the whole thing.
Yeah,
like Goku was going to fall off the edge, and then Frieza was going to like backstab Jiren.
Yeah,
I was hopeful. I actually thought
we were hopeful
that backsplash or whatever happened when like he like mastered UI World.
Yeah,
I thought that was Frieza. Like, when there was that blue, like, purple energy blasted out of Goku, I almost kicked my chair back. Like, he's back! Fucking Frieza got him!
And then like, he's gonna bitch smack him with his tail like
then it was literally like, oh no.
No,
the energy backlash.
It's literally his energy, like it's backlashing.
Wah, wah.
He can't use it. He has a certain limit to use it. Mind you, he used it 20 fucking times.
Oh, but if Frieza had used the Super Dragon Balls to wish himself back to life, they would have just destroyed the galaxy.
Like, what the fucking man?
Stupid.
I'm just so to wrap this up. We just hope that, and for me personally, I hope when he comes back, he'll do something like that where he'll backstab one of them.
See, I don't even hope that. I hope they leave him in his own corner of space. And
I
can imagine what's going on.
I can agree with that because you know what? If they do bring him back and they do turn,
they're gonna fuck him up.
They're gonna fuck him up like the way they do with every other character that turns like that. Because imagine Yamcha was evil, Piccolo was evil,
that's what we were
Vegeta was evil, like everyone was evil, and then they just turned into globs of like I mean, Vegeta's the only one that you could say like literally like kept up.
To go back real quick to the villains were anime characters. I think that the Marvel comparison was that dude that Vegeta fought that could, like, you know how superheroes, everything's kind of generic. Oh, they all have basically the same backstory.
Yeah.
Something sad happens, now they fight crime.
Yeah.
That guy that had the like alphabet suit, where you like push it and like, oh, now I'm Speed Man and he's faster.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now I'm Big Man.
Ant-Man? Was it Ant-Man?
No. It was Vegeta fought him in like the middle of the tournament. He was like super weak.
Oh no! I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think that was the Marvel DC. It's basically Toriyama's way of saying these superheroes are
a joke.
A dime a dozen. They're all the same thing. They're the same guy with different powers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they were trying to say with that.
Oh yeah, I could agree. I could see that.
And like Annie Raza, the big robot at the end, that was every robot anime.
Pretty much every Becca.
But I have one final question. Since Goku can't do Mastered Ultra Instinct or even regular Ultra Instinct, and Vegeta can do his like Super Blue, is Vegeta currently stronger than Goku?
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
if anyone argues with that, it's stupid. How are you going to argue when someone literally says, "I can't do this again"? Vegeta, he might not use it for a long period of time, but when he unlocked that, and he used it twice. So anyone that has that argument, when he first unlocked it and he reverted back, then he used it again, which means he can tap into it even if it's not a long period of time. But with Goku, I can't do it. Why? Well, Toriyama gave me the power.
Do you think he actually can't do it again? Or do you think if he gets pushed hard, like, do you think if Vegeta went Ultra Blue and was beating the fuck out of Goku like, on the Supreme Kai,
No, not even then.
You don't think you can pull it back
Not even then, because
and not even as a plot device by Toriyama.
Not even because it wouldn't make sense. Let me tell you why. If he does come back with it, like randomly in a fight, he's not really pushed to a life or death unless, you know, Vegeta becomes Majin Vegeta 2.6.
Vegeta's whole thing is he wants to surpass Goku.
But no, what I'm saying is
that's how he proves it. Is he goes his Super Blue, and he whoops Goku's like to death.
But the thing is, Goku would die before that happens because he can't really kill Vegeta or fight back with him because that's his friend. And even if he does fight back with him, he's not gonna be pushed to the point where the universe unless the universe is at risk, he can never bring out his true power. And that literally shows in every single show. Think about it. Frieza with the Namekian Dragon Balls and
you know, Super Saiyan because
because Krillin in the universe is gonna be same thing with the what was that other one? Majin Buu? I wouldn't even say that because he actually had that thing mastered. But
he starts out the Buu saga with Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, and
that's why Vegeta gets all pissed because he never showed it to him.
Yeah.
But he was like, holy shit, you didn't fucking tell me, you fucking prick.
Yeah, but my thing is, but with this tournament, for example, if we look at this as a second example, he kept on being pushed to his limit because then he's just like, oh my god, flashback time. Oh my god, the whole fucking universe is going to come down. And it's like, okay, now he's going to, fight to the pinnacle point.
No, because I don't think that's what it was. Because when he first goes Ultra Instinct, and I actually, this was referenced in a movie, when, in the Tree of Might, when the Turtles movie, when Goku uses the Spirit Bomb, he uses the fruit power, the tree's power powers the Spirit Bomb.
Yeah.
And when he uses it, power disperses on Earth and brings everyone back to life.
Yeah.
So I understand that Goku using a Spirit Bomb and it gets absorbed back into him, brings it back to life with Ultra Instinct. That I was okay with that. But that had nothing to do with the universe being in danger. That was he absorbed some weird power.
Yeah, but the premise is pretty much Goku, because he should have been knocked out by Jiren before Jiren, when he had that fist, and he's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you and kick you off the stage, remember? And then here he comes. No, hold up. I'm not only gonna use my old defensive Ultra Instinct part, I'm gonna use a fucking plot armor that Toriyama gave me for the past 30 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's plot armor. There should have been no reason that he had it in the first place.
So my thing is, I feel it just wouldn't make sense to me. But if Toriyama, how about I'll say this? It wouldn't make sense, but I would have passed putting in Toriyama. Okay. Because I could see Toriyama obviously just say, fuck it. I'm just going to
Ultra Instinct.
Why not? Why if I gave it to
let's give him a different hair color so we can sell more toys.
Yeah. But I think for me, it's Goku has to be pushed to that pinnacle point before.
I don't feel like he was pushed when he did it in Super. I feel like like he got his ass kicked and there was some other energy entered his body.
Yeah, but with Master Ultra Instinct, and when he was getting that forward back throughout the series with Kefla, and then he got it back again.
Yeah, and when he got it back with Kefla, he was pushed to his limit. And he got, I think, like God energy put in, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna say is, oh, the angel, we're all there, and the angel energy, he absorbed it.
That's to be fair too. Yeah, they're gonna.
But they never explain that. But I think in the comic they will.
But I think also in the next show they'll be like, oh, but this is why I was able to do it 27 times. You know, like
that would be great. Some kind of explanation as to why this was a great power, but all of a sudden you can't have it anymore.
Yeah, but I think we can both agree. I'm glad they reconned it and they just pulled it back because there's just like, because how much fucking stronger can you get at that? It's just like that should be like a power that will take Goku 50 years to get, like maybe even 100.
Well, sure, and in this short amount of time, I wish there was an explanation for it. That's where I'm at.
Like if next season, Frieza, right, back daddy of everybody,
of course,
should have his full 100% concentrated golden form, and Vegeta should start off in that show as the stronger between those two.
I mean, he is at this point.
Yeah, he has to be labeled right now. He is the strongest, unless Toriyama does some stupid shit
and retcons Super Blue,
and then like but other than that,
although he wasn't Super Blue at the ending scene.
Oh,
when they were sparring,
he was.
They were both regular.
Of course, because he doesn't do it.
Of course, I mean, I'm just saying, if he had a chance to win against Goku, he would take it, and that would be how he would do it.
Of course, Toriyama's going to give him. Hey, here's that magic plot armor. You know, just use it whatever you want, Goku.
My boy can't lose.
Oh man. Well, I guess that's pretty much wraps it up.
Yeah, I'm angry now.
We all are.
So, Dick, you think Raditz and Scissor are the same person?
Yes.
Because, like, all of his moves are, like, Double Sunday and, like, Shining Friday and, like, The Weekend. They all kind of sound like SZA songs.
But they're all Raditz.
But those are all her songs, too. Do you think she has a song called Shining Friday?
Do I think she has a song called Shining Friday?
Do you think she's writing it now?
I think she's writing it right now.
I've never seen them in the same room together.
Why the fuck would they not be in the same room together?
Because they're the same person. That's what it comes down to.
But what if they're not really the same person?
I think they would have to be.
No, but I'm saying